Hi, just a quick video on how I set up my XFX3 to work with this Behringer FCB1010 foot controller. I just got the dedicated foot controller for the XFX, but I played one gig before it came. I had to play with this, and I actually came up with a pretty decent idea how to set this up. It's pretty easy, and this is a cheap alternative. It doesn't cost like 150 euros or maybe $130 or something for this controller. It's been on the market for ages, like nearly 20 years or something ridiculous. Anyways, I think in my setup I'm using only one program with 5 scenes with different distortion levels, kind of amp channels. I'm going to show you my program on the computer monitor soon, but first I go through how this is set up. So these 5 are sending MIDI control change messages to change the channel, or the scene on the XFX. So 5 scenes. I think this is plenty. You get these different distortion levels. Then I have this button, solo button, set up to put a slight EQ boost, like 2 decibels on the volume, overall volume, and send a slight middle boost to push the solo through. Not just a strict volume change, but also a little bit of middle boost. No distortion or anything like that. I could add distortion to this button too, but it's just volume boost. On this plus, it turns the delay on. So I get delay for the solo plus a little bit middle boost and volume boost. So this is solo on off. This is output boost. In some cases, the volume pedal is not a good idea at all if you don't have a mixing person, because you mess up your mix really bad. You don't have any control on the volume. So I have just output boost. Sometimes I have an option to put 2 decibels, just 2 decibels. If I feel that my guitar is really low on this song, I can boost it up. It's like a really loud guitar song, so I have 2. But I don't have any more control than this plus 2. It has to be enough, you know, to push my guitar through. Otherwise the original mix is fucked up. Anyways, I don't think I used this during the last gig. I would have needed maybe a boost down, but this is what I put here. This is input boost. If I feel on some of the patches that hey, I need a little bit more distortion, so this puts a slight boost on the input of the amp, just a little bit more distortion. So it gives me plenty of options with the sounds. And this is tap delay, just a normal tap delay, and this changes the delay channel on the XFX. So the delay effect has 4 channels, A, B, C, D. This changes between A and B. So I have a short delay, kind of more echo thing, and then a rhythmic delay for like long lead solo stuff. You know what I mean? If you play rock and roll, you don't want to have a long delay there. You just want to like slap back echoey thing. So I can, before the song begins, I can set the delay, choose the delay from here, and then during the song when I push solo, it turns the delay on, and the delay is already on the right channel. So I think this is pretty working setup. Then I also have here record play stop. So here on the next bank of these banks are strictly for this controller. So I'm changing the controller bank. So now I can program the buttons differently again. But now I still have, all these are the same as they were. The solo button is the same as it was, but now I have the looper configured here. So I can put the rhythm, I can play solo, you know, do all other, use the looper plus, like when I'm practicing at home. I don't use the looper at gig, but this is pretty practical. These labels are still totally valid, and now I have a looper here. Then I think here, it doesn't say it now, but I think I ran out of buttons, so I think this one was tuner here. But as you can see the tuner here, you have to anyway walk beside the XFX. But I think this is one way to set it up. You can really work with this, and you can make these program changes. You can make this whatever you want. And how to program this thing, you'll find plenty of videos on the internet how to program this. But once you get hang of it, it's not difficult at all. I'll show you now quickly how it works. But you find dedicated videos on that subject online. But so just a quick tutorial how to program this. You select the button you want to program, then you hold down. Okay, now you went into edit mode. Then this is kind of a menu button. You go to the next menu from here. Now here I see these are all the MIDI functions I have available. These are continuous controller changes, the ones I'm using. Then you can set up the expression pedals separately for each patch, what these do. These are here. This is, you can send notes. These are program changes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can say simultaneously send 5 program changes, I think maybe on different MIDI channels too. So you can really, with one push of button, you can do plenty of stuff. But as you see here, I only have one continuous controller active. To activate the others, I could hold this. Now it's on. Now I have 2 functions active, but I don't use this. To change the parameters on this, I press this once, it starts flashing. Then I go to the next menu, and now I see numbers. It's the first controller, continuous controller, and the value is 0. That's how it's set up. Now when I'm done setting up, now I could go to the next one. I could go to this one, put it on first, then change the parameters. This is expression number 3, and then I think it's the lower. I think the lower and higher value. Yes, that's how the value is. I don't remember what that was. Anyways, now you went through setting up the expression. Anyway, I don't want that. Then to get out, you just press this. And as you can see, you can program this using only your feet. It works perfectly well. And to input the numbers, you use these 1, 2, these are numbers, these keys. You can type them in here or use the volume pedal to input the numbers. Really easy to program once you get hang of it. Anyways, I'll show you my patch on the computer now. This is my patch. I have an input here, compressor here for the clean. Then I have 2 amps. As I'm using 5 amp channels, I needed to put 2 amps here. I have a single cabinet, or actually 2 cabs simultaneously. I have a generic parametric equalizer for equalizing my sound. Then I'm just changing the row. This filter, this was my volume boost. I think this was my volume boost. This output boost. No, it wasn't that. I don't know. This is actually nothing. It's not used. Forget about that one. Then I also have one effect in the loop, one pedal effect in the loop. So this is for that. It goes out here, comes in here, goes into the mixer. And I'm using the mixer channel A or B to change that effect in or out. So this is one way to do it. Then I have enhance if I want more stereo. This is the delay that comes on when the solo is active. Let's push the solo button. Now I pushed the solo, so you saw delay came active and parametric EQ came active. Both went on. Then output boost. It's this filter here. And just a 2 dB boost. And then if we look at this solo boost, this parametric EQ, as you can see, I have 3 decibels in 1.5 kilohertz, and then I have actually 1 decibels here. So not pushing like all the whole frequency range up, just enough to put it through. Then when I change the scenes, the amp channels are changing. Let me show you my scenes. Here are the 5 C's: clean, crunch, hard rock. And then I'm changing the amp. I'm using here Dirty Shirley 2. I'm using on these cleaner sounds or crunchier sounds. Then I'm switching the amp to Friedman HPE 2018 for the heavier sounds. I think this works great. I'm using the same cab, so the overall sound doesn't change too much. And the delay, let's put the solo on. Then I'll open the delay. Now you see it's on channel A and it's tempo delay. Now if I press the delay 1 or 2 button on my pedal board, it should change the channel to B. And there's one problem with this changing these channels. It doesn't kind of remember. You might need to press the buttons on this controller an extra time to get it function. You really have to hear that you know, whether you need to press it twice or something, you know, in which stage was it? Was it first changing to A and then to B? Because I just pressed it the first time and it was, I think now I'm continuing to press it, it changes from A to B all the time, but you know, it ignored my first press. So it doesn't work perfectly in that sense, but it's perfectly usable. Anyways, and then how to set these up. You know, these MIDI control change messages, I'll show you that one too. It's set up, you press set up here, then you go MIDI remote. This is not intuitive what you have to press here. I think here if you push edit it doesn't work, you have to push enter. Now, then you have general, you have program changes are off. I don't want this thing to be setting program changes. So here you'll find in these menus, you'll find all of these. Let's see, you can map program changes to different programs on this machine or something. This is bypass. So here I've set stuff. Delay 1, I've set it to CC3. I have set filter 1, 4. So here you just set the numbers. And you send 0 for off and 127 for on these channels. So here you set the bypasses. Then the channel changes are set on different page here. Let's see. Delay, I think amp was, delay is there. 2 is delay channel change. And channel changes are always 0. You select the control message here, type, and then you send 0, 1, 2 or 3 to select the A, B, or C or D channels. But you'll find videos on this one too. There I've set the mixer channel changes on 3, stuff like that. What else? Looper. Yeah, looper, I set it up here, 22, 23, 25. Stop. I skip the ones, reverse and these. Then other. Tap tempo is there, it's number 6. Tuner is 15. There are all kinds of choices. It's all in the manual, it's all on the videos. But you program a pedal board and then you set the CC corresponding CC messages here. And to recap, it's behind setup, MIDI remote, and enter, and then just change the pages. It works like a charm. That's all. Hope this was helpful to somebody who's trying to find a cheap and practical MIDI foot controller for XFX. Bye!